What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Mana's Minute. And on this episode, I want to talk about the threefold law of retribution. Okay, so let's look into this because this is one of those teachings that has been beaten to death, buried, dug back up, dressed in glitter, and then handed to the public as if it explains the whole depth of traditional Wicca. A lot of people think it means one simple thing: do something bad and the universe smacks you 3 times harder. Curse someone, get cursed 3 times worse. Say something cruel, 3 cruel things come back. Hex somebody and the universe drops a piano on your head, then 2 more just to complete the math. Sorry, but no. Wrong, wrong, wrong. That is the cartoon version. That is the fluffy beginner book version that makes Wicca sound childish. If that was all the threefold law meant, I would roll my eyes too. The threefold law, or the law of return, is not a magical karma calculator. The universe is not sitting in the clouds with a clipboard saying, yes, Manon was rude on Tuesday, so now he must stub his toe, get a flat tire, and spill coffee on his shirt. At a deeper level, the teaching is about consequence, reflection, energetic pattern, and responsibility. In Wicca, we work with energy, will, spellcraft, devotion, power, and forces that are not always obvious to the mundane eye. When we talk about return, we're not only talking about punishment, we're talking about ripple. Get it? What you send out does not just leave you and vanish. Your actions affect other people, your relationships, your reputation, your mind, your spirit, your power, and your connection to the current you're working within. When you act with malice, cruelty, recklessness, or stupidity, that energy does not fly away like a little spell missile and disappear. It changes you too. It leaves a mark. That is the part people love to skip. Everybody wants to ask whether a hex will bounce back 3 times. Fewer people want to ask what kind of person they become when they constantly feed obsession, bitterness, jealousy, cowardice, or rage. Sometimes the poison affects the witch doing the work long before anything comes back from the outside. I'm not saying Wiccans cannot defend themselves. I'm not saying we must sit in the corner while someone abuses us and lies about us and attacks our family or destroys our peace while we whisper blessed be and light a lavender candle. As I've said before, and I will say it again, harm ye none, but take no shit. Responsibility does not mean weakness. Consequence does not mean fear. Ethics do not mean you become a doormat. A witch who understands consequence is not powerless. Usually they are actually more dangerous, not less, because they know exactly what they're doing before they do it. A reckless person throws energy around like a drunk toddler with a loaded paint gun. They just want to feel powerful in the moment. An experienced witch stops and asks, what am I doing here? Is this justice, protection, and defense, or am I throwing a magical tantrum because someone bruised my ego? The threefold law is not there to scare you away from power. It's there to remind you that power has weight. When you cast, you're not playing pretend. When you speak a charm, lay a binding, bless a home, protect a child, curse an enemy, or call upon the gods, you're stepping into a current. Anything that moves, something else creates a response. That response may come through the world, the body, the mind, the spirit, the people around you, or the deeper pattern of your life. That is what return really means. And why 3? 3 has symbolic power in Wicca and in occult systems in general. Birth, life, death, maiden, mother, crone, mind, body, spirit, past, present, future, thought, word, and deed. 3 often represents completion and manifestation. So when we say something returns threefold, one way to understand it is that our actions return through multiple layers: mentally, socially, spiritually, and magically. That's far more useful than the universe will punish you times 3. Because here's the thing, the universe is not your babysitter. We all know awful people who seem to prosper for a long time. We've seen liars get applause, cowards get promoted, abusers get protected, and decent people get kicked in the teeth. I'll give you a real life example without naming names because some people do not deserve the free advertisement, frankly. I personally know a couple of people in Florida who are fairly well known in certain traditional witchcraft circles, and from what I have personally witnessed and experienced, they are not the sweet, charming, wise community elders they pretend to be. Behind closed doors, they can be cruel, dishonest, and manipulative, and extremely abusive to the very people they should be respecting, including elders and others who have given years of their lives to the craft. But they are good at performing, and I mean really performing. They know how to smile, how to sound spiritual, how to act delightful, and how to make people believe they're misunderstood little saints walking around with candles and wisdom. Because of that fake as hell persona, they get away with more than they should. at least for a while. Slowly, though, people start to see it. The mask slips, the stories stop matching, the abuse becomes harder to hide, the pattern repeats one too many times. Eventually, people begin backing away. They might not make a huge public announcement or write a 10-page post, but they see it and they quietly remove themselves. And what do people like that often do when the whole thing finally catches up to them? Well, they move on. For instance, the people I knew lived in South Florida and they had to move up to North Florida to get away from their nonsense and their bullshit. They moved to a new town, new group, new community, a fresh set of people who do not know the history yet. They slide in with the same smile, the same fake sweetness, and the same poor me story and start poisoning another well. For a long time, I wondered, where's their karma? Where's the threefold law? Where's the return? Why do people like this keep getting away with it? Here's what I've learned. Sitting around waiting for karma to show up like a pizza delivery driver is a waste of your spirit. The return may already be happening, just not in the dramatic way you want to see it. Their return may be that they cannot keep real relationships. Their return may be that every community eventually figures them out. Their return may be that they have to keep running, restarting, pretending, and rebuilding the same fake image over and over because the truth keeps catching up with them. So instead of stewing in anger, I've learned it is better to protect my peace. Keep my boundaries strong, tell the truth when it actually needs to be told, and stop giving abusive people free rent in my head. That does not mean silence, it does not mean weakness, and it does not mean pretending the harm never happened. It means I refuse to let their poison become the altar I kneel at every day. Because if I sit around obsessing over when the universe will punish them, they're still controlling part of me. They're still taking my energy. They're still inside my circle, even if only in my mind. No, thank you. I'd rather use that power to build, teach, protect, and strengthen my own community. So yes, the threefold law is real in a deeper sense, but it does not always arrive with fireworks and a marching band. Sometimes the return is quiet, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's simply the pattern of a person's life repeating until everyone finally sees who they are. The best revenge against poisonous people is not becoming poisoned yourself. Now, when someone says the threefold law will get them, I understand the comfort behind that statement, but it can also be very lazy. Sometimes justice does not arrive unless someone acts. Sometimes protection does not happen unless someone creates it. Sometimes a boundary does not exist until you draw the damn line yourself. That is why the deeper version of Wicca is not passive. The craft is active. You work with the gods. You work with spirits. You work with the land. You work with your own will. You engage, you choose, and you act. But you act with awareness. The threefold law should not frighten witches into doing nothing. It should make witches think before they do something stupid. If someone is harming you, the better question is not, am I allowed to respond? It is, what is the right response? Maybe it is protection, a binding, mirror work, legal action, cutting ties, removing access, return to cinder work, or in some cases, stronger work. The threefold law is not saying never act. It's saying understand that every act feeds a pattern. Constant revenge makes you revenge-shaped. Constant fear makes you fear-shaped. Wisdom, courage, and rightful defense shapes you too. Magic does not just change the target. Magic changes the witch. If you only ever cast from panic, panic becomes your temple. If you only ever cast from rage, rage becomes the altar you kneel at. But if you cast from clarity, discipline, justice, protection, and balance, those become part of your current. So yes, take no shit. Defend yourself. Protect your home. Stand your ground. Never let people abuse you and call your silence spiritual growth. At the same time, power is not an excuse to act like a fool. Every inconvenience is not an attack. Wounded pride is not the same thing as justice. Heavy work does not belong on light problems. And saying I'm a witch should never become a fancy way of saying I have no emotional control. Because the craft will teach you one way or another. The threefold law, stripped of the fluff and understood through a serious lens, becomes less about punishment and more about magical adulthood. It reminds us that what we do matters, and what we send matters, what we feed matters, and what we become matters. The threefold law is not there to make witches weak. It's there to make witches wise. And real wisdom knows when to bless and when to heal and when to walk away and when to bind, when to strike, and when to sit down and realize the problem is not a curse, not an enemy, not a psychic attack, but your own freaking ego acting like it owns the temple. What you send out matters. What comes back may not always look the way you expect, and what you become in the process may be the greatest return of all.